This episode is sponsored by the Farm Drinkery, best dive bar in the corner of a strip center on Champions Forest Drive in Louetta in Spring, Texas. 22 local beers on tap and world-famous wings. Come for the great atmosphere, stay for the free high fives. Use the code BeerNerd20 to get 20% off your bill.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Front Row Negative, the podcast. We are back this week. Just a little late, but we are back. And it's been a long weekend. It was a long weekend. So we're gonna, it's fun, but long. It's a long weekend. So I am your host, Aaron.
And I am your co-host, still employed currently. Haven't heard anything about my release papers yet.
Yes, I fumbled my words last week. It happens. It happens. it was late. It was late. I was suffering from lack of due. Things happen. But this past weekend was a wrestling pay-per-view. And so because of that, we have our wrestling correspondent, professional wrestler, Double H, Hostage Hirsche is back again. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you fucktards doing?
We are great.
Fucktardy, as it were.
Yeah.
Our man in the field. Like now he's our fucking Daily Show correspondent and shit. And we're going out to one Hostage Hirsche out at the ringside. Interview with that green shirt wearing douchebag.
Green shirt.
So you ever change your fucking shirt? No? Didn't think so.
Yeah, you smell like you don't, motherfucker.
That's Ollie Harris on the ring. How you doing out there in the ring? How you doing out the ring, Ollie? I got a suplex. All right, thank you. But yeah, this past weekend was Full Gear, which I assume that we all watched it. We've all seen the pay-per-view from start to finish. We did seen it. We did seen it. And, well, we can use this episode to kind of talk about it, give our thoughts on what happened. And, Hirsch, since you're the guest, what did you think of the whole pay-per-view? What did you think of it, top to bottom?
There was I saw like a couple missteps, but I mean, overall, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it myself.
I thought the same. I thought it was overall was pretty good. The only match that honestly I felt kind of was even a little bit slow, and this is like, again, the whole show was great, but the one match that I thought was a little bit kind of lacking was the supposed to be 6-woman tag that ended up being just a regular tag team match. With it was Jamie Hayter,
Sheeta, Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
Sheeta, Nyla Rose, Jamie Hayter, and who was I forget who the other person was, but Ruby Soho and Rebel Reba was supposed to be in there, and they were not. Soho and Reba were not in there, so it went from a 6-woman tag match to just a regular tag match. But other than that, I thought the whole show was great. I thought, top to bottom, it was a good show.
Did they ever say why they changed it on the fly, or just card subject to change?
Probably just card subject to change.
One of them might be working through an injury or something like that.
I mean, since the pay-per-view vlogs, like you've got the AEW vlogs that come out starting on Monday, and Ruby has not been seen in any of those yet. She wasn't in Sammy's. She wasn't in BTE. And I think Ethan's comes out tomorrow. And if she's not in that, then she wasn't there. And that
are we suspecting Rona or what?
Don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've checked her Instagram because she's pretty active on Instagram. And she hasn't really posted anything. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, man.
Yeah. I hope she's okay too. I like Soho. I like
Yeah.
Summer. She's making Rancid all that money now with that song download.
All the monies. All the monies.
All the monies.
Human monies.
Yes.
With that song download. So
pretty good.
So what was your favorite match? Pay-per-view, what was the favorite match?
Kingston and Punk.
Kingston Punk?
Kingston Punk.
Yeah, that was a good one. Was anybody expecting that 5-second knockout that he had at the very beginning of the match?
No, I missed
Was anybody expecting that?
I literally turned and said something to you or somebody, and everybody was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Wait, what?"
And all I
saw
was finish before the bell, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little toy. I think we talked about that little toy where you like push it down and the whole body just crumbles, and then you let go of the button and it stands back up. That was Punk.
Yeah.
It's like he literally just or what was it the skeleton from Mario that you jump on it?
Yeah, you jump on the head and just.
Yeah, that was Punk. It was insane.
Pretty much. I don't think anybody was expecting that to happen. And it was a good start. And overall, I thought it was a good match. I mean, they really showcased what Kingston can do, like how tough Kingston is.
Kingston is the new DDP, man. Kingston is the new People's Champ.
Is he, though?
I don't think he's DDP.
Is he, though?
I don't think he's DDP.
Hey, man, I don't, dude. Okay, look, what I mean by that is they used to call DDP the People's Champ, right?
Yes. Yeah, they did.
So, like, he's the consummate underdog, the Cinderella man or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think we kind of, as fans, we're kind of living through Kingston. Almost like we lived through Stone Cold, you know what I mean? Like, either you are, in some degree, yourself a Kingston, or you know a Kingston.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you grew up with one, and you knew that dude, and either you hated him or you loved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the crowd is feeling the same way. And I even said it, like, because they were like, CM Punk, and then it's like, Kings, Eddie, King, you know. And I turned to you and I said, hey, man, they're about to say both those guys. And then the crowd, both these guys. I was like, I knew it.
And they did
do
that.
The shit out of Punk, man.
They're booing him. They're booing Punk.
The shit out of him.
And he couldn't understand. I think he was legitimately dumbfounded.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Kingston is this generation's Hardcore Holly, where he's a tough guy. He's over with the crowd because people cheered for Hardcore whenever he came out, even if he was going to lose, and he lost like 80% of his matches.
I hated Hardcore Holly.
But he was tough as nails, though. He was tough as nails.
That's true.
For sure.
Hardcore Holly reminds me of JBL. I know JBL is a hard ass and everything, but also a huge prick. And so, like, you know, I knew a lot of guys like that growing up, and I was like, yeah, F this guy. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Not impressed with this Billy Bob. You know, I would imagine JBL and Hardcore Holly, the same guys that put truck nuts on their cars, on their trucks and shit like that.
Hey, now APA Bradshaw was the shit.
But yeah, because that's when it was something totally different. You weren't expecting that. You're like, oh, I can dig this, but the fucking stock market cow. Oh yeah, when the stock market's going, all you hear is the
No shit.
It's like, come on, man, it's a little too on the nose, aren't we?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Pretty much. But yeah.
No, but that was a good match.
That was a good match. So Chris, what was your favorite match?
Man, I really enjoyed that match. I really enjoyed Miro and Danielson.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, I don't know. You can go into that match and not expect it to be a hard-nosed battle of two, ring generals. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about two guys that are masters of their craft in two different, honestly, really in two different styles. One is a brick shithouse, and the other guy is just a fucking scrappy underdog.
Yeah.
They play their role perfectly.
Now I have to ask for that match. Did you catch the Bloodsport moment? No, not Bloodsport. The kickboxer moment.
No.
Danielson kicks Miro. Miro takes it, laughs it off, kicks him back.
Yes.
Danielson
and
kicks him
the
again.
The
rib spot.
Mm-hmm.
Miro shrugs it
that
off,
was from
kicks him back.
Bloodsport?
That's from Bloodsport. Not Bloodsport.
Oh, shit.
Kickboxer.
That was also. Isn't it the same movie?
Different movies. Two different movies. Two different. Basically, same theme.
Come on,
two different movies. But no. Miro loves 80s action movies. He's a big sucker for 80s action movies. And
JCVD, dude.
And he's made a comment on when he's been on Up Down and a few other things where he wants to be an 80s villain. He wants to be an 80s bad guy.
He could totally do that.
And
see that.
you can see if you go back and watch his match with Orange Cassidy, he pulls 80s villains off. He pulls Show Nuff. He does Show Nuff. With this one, he does the main villain from Kickboxer. He's doing these 80s like throwbacks in his matches, and they're great. I'm loving it.
Was the bad guy the same thick Asian dude from Bloodsport?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, that, right?
Tong Po.
That's the guy I'm talking about?
No, you're thinking of I forget his name. But
you know exactly what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, Bolo Young is the actor. Bolo Young is the actor.
That's the guy's name. Yes.
That's the guy's name, Bolo Young. But the villain from Kickboxer thing is Tong Po. The guy with the ponytail. He's got like the mannequin-looking waxed face, and he's got like the long ponytail.
Oh, wasn't he also like an extra in Die Hard?
Possibly.
Probably so.
The Asian guy from Die Hard, because he was also like in
Oh no, you're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of like the ultimate '80s lackey guy. He was in Die Hard.
In Big Trouble in Little China, right?
Yeah, he's in that one too. He had the goatee, and he had like the long
yeah.
He had like the long kind of balding, shaggy hair. Yeah.
Yes.
Different guy. I know you're talking about.
Fuck around and get me watching 80s action movies tonight after this podcast.
You gonna do it? Stay up late.
Everybody, chill. Of course that's Batman and Robin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel me on that?
Pretty much.
He had to split.
But yeah, that was a good match. Yeah, that one was a good match, and I caught that moment when he's doing the kicks. I'm like, that's Kickboxer.
Oh,
that's straight up Kickboxer.
We have that, so we're gonna have to go back.
And you've got the recording, so yeah, definitely go check it out again.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but I have to say, for my favorite match, I was expecting my favorite match to be Kenny Omega versus Hangman. That's what I was expecting mine to be.
Which is a good one.
But Inner Circle versus America Top Team.
Really?
Good. Really? A lot of good spots. Spots. Sammy had his Jeff Hardy moment with the ladder.
Straight rip off, man.
Straight. He had his Jeff Hardy moment. If anybody was going to be able to do that,
it's Sammy.
Spot. It's one of two people. I see either Sammy Guevara doing it or Jungle Boy doing it.
I was going to say Scorpio, possibly.
Scorpio.
I can see Scorpio doing it.
I could see him doing it, but I could see him instead doing like the 720 splash. I could see Scorpio pulling that off.
Yep.
But that spot you had, Pride and Powerful or LAX 2.0, going after the other guys, really doing it. Them helping the two MMA fighters. I can't think of the names right now. Yeah, no, not Masvidal. Gio dos Santos, and the Pitbull. I forget his name. Pitbull.
Arlovsky.
Arlovsky. Andre Arlovsky.
Yeah.
Them really helping them look like basically look like an MMA fighter turned wrestler. They made them look good.
Neck.
They almost did. They almost did. But overall, I thought that was a good match. It really highlighted Sammy. It really highlighted Ethan Page because he did a lot of good spots.
Egon, man. Of course, Egon had some good spots, man.
Egon had good spots. Scorpio Sky had good spots too. Scorpio Sky had some good moments, but I think this was Ethan's time to shine. Ethan made sure that he was shining in this match, especially him and Sammy. Him and Sammy were both the shining spots in this match, and it was just great. It was just really good.
Word.
So, I mean, yeah, but overall, the whole show was great. What do you think? What do you feel about the news coming out that Kenny Omega has been working injured for like the last 2 months?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was quite 2 months, but I knew he was injured for a minute there.
Yeah, like he's been injured for 2 months. He's
injury or something.
Shoulder, like something in the shoulder, and he's supposed to have surgery on December 7th. He's scheduled for surgery on the 7th. Wow. So
I was unaware of that.
Yes, he is legit the best bout machine, a legit machine.
No kidding, man. Knowing that, I mean, and what he's been able to do, yeah. How can you? I mean, you can sit there and argue all day that he's overrated. I've heard that before too from a lot of people.
He's overrated.
But I mean, the more you think about it, man, then to your point just now, working injured and carrying. I mean, when you're the belt, you're the company, you're the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Elite, in my personal opinion, has been kind of hit or miss recently.
Yeah.
They haven't been what I've known them to be. I mean, but I guess you gotta take chances with your characters. You gotta experiment and do different things and grow as a character. So I get that. But Kenny's been consistently just putting on. I don't want to say 5-star matches, but I mean, what else can you call them? I mean, the guy works his ass off, and I would never say I can never ever say that Kenny Omega's overrated. I think he's every bit as good as people who have been saying that since day one say that he is. You know what I mean?
I think he's been good. I think I'm a Kenny Omega fan. I will say that, and I think that there have been times where his matches have been great. There are times when the matches have been exceeding expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that he's been working injured and he's still been able to, like, his match with Danielson.
Exactly.
Was
yeah, I was just
great.
About to say.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
And he worked that injured.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Knowing that he worked that injured is
knowing that he worked that one injured, I'm like, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell.
So did the injury happen at All Out? Are you thinking with Christian or something? Or
it might have
after?
It might have happened after that. I do know that
of flying shit like that was going on in that All Out match.
Well, remember when they had that 5-on-5 with Dark Order, that one match, and Kenny was barely in that match.
Is that the failed Looney Tunes Space Jam spot?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Kenny was barely even in that match. He was in it for a little bit, but he wasn't really in it. And even then, he had to get someone to help him lift someone up to do the One Winged Angel. So I wonder if the injury happened there or right before that match. But he's been working injured. So
kudos to him then, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's going to get some time off to kind of heal and kind of take a break, get a little mini vacation, just to come back stronger, to really come back.
Thankfully AEW is there to make that happen, man. Like, can you imagine if he had that injury in WWE? If he were working in WWE, they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him.
That's true.
Yeah. He'd be back with the surgeries on the 7th. He'd be back on the 9th, ready to go.
Like they did Punk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Punk, Cena, just name a wrestler.
Any of them.
That's what happens. That's definitely what happens.
Like, there's a thing to work and hurt, because I mean everybody gets injured doing something. I mean, there's little small things like that, but when you have something major like that, I mean you have to have time to properly heal it. If not, you're just screwing yourself. You're gonna have to go on the shelf again.
Well, I mean, and this can add to the storyline. This can add to it. He's out. He's out of injury from the Elite. He's out on TV time. They need a new leader. Adam Cole steps up. Kenny comes back. What do we got? We get the feud that we never got in ROH.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
We get Cole versus Omega in ROH.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd definitely be good. But I mean, but congrats to Hangman. I mean, long-term booking. Everybody complains. Man. Everybody complains about he's got the shirt on.
There you go.
Hirsch got the shirt on. But everybody complains about wrestling not having long-term booking. And you see the journey of Hangman from the beginning of AEW, from All In, basically from All In until now. And it's been that journey of, him coming around, the come around for it.
Yeah.
And congrats to him.
Deserves it for sure.
Definitely deserves it. But yeah, overall pay-per-view, I liked it. The only thing I wish would have happened is I wish Ty Conte would have beat Britt. She would have taken that belt off Britt. Just because, I mean, Britt, she's a strong heel champion. She's a good, strong heel champion, but we need to have the lovable face again. And the only other person that can really do that is Ty Conti.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sheeta was good, but she couldn't cut a promo. Sheeta couldn't cut a promo in legible English.
Yeah,
she had to have subtitles.
She did get good. She's gotten better.
One name that comes to mind for me.
Who's that?
Thunder Rosa, sir.
Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa would be the one to take it off over.
I would say Thunder Rosa. But Thunder Rosa also does MMA training. She does MMA matches. If she gets injured in those matches, then that could not work well with her title reign.
Well, then she needs to make her mind up, damn it.
She had to get off the pot.
Exactly.
I mean, I applaud her for doing what Jake Hager's doing, doing two things at once. But because of that, there's no dependability there to not guarantee. There's no guarantee to not get injured.
Yeah.
So that's the only kind of sad part I see with that is she could get injured and she's the champion and she's out, or if she's the champion, she gets beat. That makes the company look bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I see your point because to me, it's either I can see Ty Conti. As much as Anna Jay is over with the crowd and everything,
I don't think she's ready for it.
I don't think Anna Jay is ready for it.
I don't think she has the. You gotta have some kind of mic chops, man.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Ty Conti. I don't know if she's really ready either, though.
That was my point. I don't remember her being all that great on the mic, but then again, has she had much mic time? So I don't know.
She does dark elevation, and
Right.
her promo for the match, not like the promo, but the vignettes for the match with her talking, she was able to hit all of her points. She was able to do it pretty well. I wish they would have had a war of words between her and Britt Baker more instead of Britt Baker cutting her promo to a camera backstage. Actually, have a war of words in the ring.
Yeah.
I think that would have helped Ty Conti out more. But as someone being lovable, as someone being like an innocent and, kind of having that kind of poppy look and character, it's Ty Conti. I mean, she's basically the Brazilian Nikki Ash in AEW, but without the superhero gimmick.
I agree with that.
She's kind of got that same kind of character trait right now. So, and plus she's also
thing we hear. I'm sorry.
She's also good to look at too.
Well, yeah, of course, but I didn't want to bring that point up, but since you did, then hallelujah, yes. Look, can you name me 5 in the women's division that you would consider to be the ones that carry the torch for the company?
Woman, to be champion?
Yeah.
Who are not already currently that. So basically, take Britt Baker out.
Right.
Okay. Ruby Soho. Ty Conti.
Okay.
Ooh, that's kind of where it stops, really.
See,
Soho, Ty Conti. Surprise win, Anna Jay. Ooh, Jade Cargill. She needs to learn how to cut promos, though. Not promos. I mean, not promos. The opposite. Jade Cargill needs to know how to wrestle better. She's got her promos down.
She's the Goldberg of the women's division.
She's like the Roman Reigns breaking away from what's that group?
The Shield.
The Shield. I was going to call
Sierra
them the
Hotel Indy Echo Lima Delta.
She's the Roman Reigns who just broke away from the Shield and doesn't know what to do in the ring.
Yeah.
But she can cut promos. She just can't wrestle. She's got talent. She just needs to learn how to do it. And I'm not going to say Red Velvet because Red Velvet is still just green.
Yeah.
But Chris Statlander.
Okay. Yes. Chris Statlander. She's, Chris Statlander, super talented, very much over with the crowd. Mm-hmm. But I think her gimmick, while funny and cool, is what's holding her back.
I think she's in the middle of a gimmick change because she hasn't been doing the alien stuff as much anymore. She's been actually talking. Because before she would just go boop on the nose and to answer questions. Now she's like talking backstage. She's wearing regular normal clothes backstage. When she comes out to the ring with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friend, she's wearing normal clothes again. So she's not doing the alien thing anymore, but she still does the face paint. So it's kind of like an in-between thing. It's kind of like Jeff Hardy when he was like in between the Enigma and in between Brother Nero. He was like, what? Like, you didn't know what he was doing. You were confused. That's true. So,
I guess my point was like when I asked you to make the 5, like I can name 5 of WWE can carry the women's division very easily. Is my point, and I hate to sound like the broken record that you hear everybody saying, but they're not.
They haven't built them.
Well, at the same time, with the WWE, the 5 women that you're going to name have been on the show and have beaten each other 30 times within a 2-month period. Had the same matches and same everything, which has gotten them over. And when you don't have competition in your own division, then you can get noticed more.
Right.
So
that's fair.
I mean, this isn't a knock at WWE. It's just
No.
when you
It's
have
just the truth.
Yeah, when you have Sasha versus Bailey,
Every 6 months.
like eight out of the
Right.
12 pay-per-views a year, yeah, they're going to get noticed. They're going to get noticed. I mean, the only difference now is that you just replace Sasha with Bianca Belair, and you replace Bailey with Becky Lynch, and it's the same matches over and over and over.
Yep.
And it gets boring.
And then how do you ruin the man gimmick for Becky Lynch? How?
You change her to Big Time Bex.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But why would you do that? There was no need to do that.
I mean, that character was more of it was a tweener gimmick. I mean, it could go either way.
She was nothing that needed to be changed.
But you need heels. You need heels in that company. Bailey's out with injury.
Yep.
Sasha's either filming or she's stuck at home because she doesn't want to get the vaccine.
Then where's Asuka?
She's injured. She's injured.
She's still injured?
The tooth.
Yeah.
The tooth, wasn't it?
The tooth and her shoulder. She also had a shoulder injury.
Yep.
Bring back. Move up Io Shirai. NXT sucks ass. Get her out of there.
Fucking awful. Oh my
so I mean, all the heels.
Bring back Kairi Sane.
I will say this: NXT does have a buddy of mine, Blake Cortez from Raw, is Draco Anthony. That is a good thing going for it.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I mean,
so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let me clarify. By no means.
Star.
Yeah, I am not disparaging anybody there. I never ever blame it on the talent. I blame it on the writing,
the management, and the writing.
Yeah, it's the people who are trying to pigeonhole these characters as something that they're not.
Right.
We can pick up on it. We're not dumb. As wrestling fans, we're not fucking idiots. We can see bullshit and smell it from a mile away.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, the one thing I hate, or not hate, but find frustrating with NXT, is that you built up the show for all these years, and you have all these people who are mainstays, who are there. Then you bring in these other, and you bring in the indie darlings that people love, and before you can even really do anything with these new ones, you get rid of them. You get rid of half of them. I mean, Bronson, great talent. Great big guy. I mean, the second coming of Bam Bam Bigelow. Literally.
Yeah.
Great talent. Great big man. Gone. Karrion Kross. Basically Bill Goldberg who can actually wrestle.
Right.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Turn him to a gimp.
Turn him into the Mad Max gimp from another world.
Yeah. From another industry.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Another industry.
Hit row, which is basically if you're ordering Cash Money Millionaires from Wish.
Young Money.
Great gimmick.
Yeah.
You fire the woman out of the group and you throw them in the SmackDown. Why? Because you need another faction to feud with New Day.
Yep.
It's just
there's so many obvious things about Vince that I can sit here and point out all day, but we don't have all day to talk about it. That guy is just about as nearsighted and it's fucking as ignorant as you can get. So
true. Well, let's talk about one more thing that happened at Full Gear.
I'm sorry. Back to Full Gear.
Yeah, back to Full Gear. Let's mention this. We have another debut. And this is a debut that nobody was really expecting because of where this person came from. Because normally, lately, we've only seen people pop up from WWE. All these guys who were released from WWE. Now, if somebody didn't get injured, somebody was going to debut this past Saturday. That was kind of a given. But he broke his femur. Oh, no, his tibia and his fibia. He broke his tibia and his fibia. And Danhausen, get well soon, buddy.
T's and P's, buddy.
Get well soon. But we didn't get Danhausen from ROH. Instead, we got the former ROH champion, Jay Lethal, who is now in AEW. And I was not expecting that. It's cool, yeah. I am not expecting that.
No, so many questions though.
Okay, what's one question?
Black Machismo. Do we see Black Machismo?
His entrance theme music was the remix of Pomp and Circumstance, which is the Black Machismo music. That's the music.
Well, okay, so Black Machismo is a comedy act.
Yes, it is.
Jay Lethal is the serious side. What are we getting? Are we making him a title contender? Is he a TNT champion guy, or is he entertainment for?
Yeah, knock off Macho Man.
I think he is one of the few people who can flip back and forth like Bray Wyatt. He can flip back and forth. He could be serious when he needs to be serious, but he could be comical when he needs to be comical.
Okay.
I think he's able to kind of do that. He was sort of starting to do that in TNA before he left TNA, where he was flip back and forth, where he would do the Ric Flair gimmick or he'd do the Macho Man gimmick. He would kind of flip back and forth. When he went back to ROH, he straight up just became Jay Lethal. He became the heel. He became the guy that tried to carry the company to whatever popularity that he thought that they had. He had a lot of great matches with Jay Briscoe. He had some good matches with Dalton Castle. But when it comes down to it, Jay Lethal is just Jay Lethal. He needs to have more to his gimmick when he's not Black Machismo. He has to do something more when he's not, the character that he's parodying. So hopefully we'll get that. Hopefully, I mean, I like Jay Lethal. I was a fan of his Black Machismo character. I'm probably one of the 10 people that bought his regular Jay Lethal shirt from ROH website. And this is not a knock at him. It's just that people like Black Machismo more than like Jay Lethal.
Of course.
Let's just be honest. People like The Fiend more than they like Bray Wyatt. That's just honesty.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, do you like The Fiend or you like Bray Wyatt? You like The Fiend. Do you like Black Machismo or you like Jay Lethal? You're going to like Black Machismo. So, I mean, Matt Hardy, do you like Big Money Matt or do you like Broken?
No. Broken absolutely
Matt.
Not. Big
I don't mind
boring.
Big Money Matt.
Huh?
I don't mind Big Money Matt myself.
I don't mind him either.
Yeah.
But Broken
I didn't
Matt,
really care for the Broken.
You didn't like Broken Matt or you didn't care for it?
It was not like I hated it, but I didn't have to have it.
Let me ask you this: which gimmick would have saved his career and gave him longevity?
Sure. Broken
Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, if it weren't for that one, we wouldn't have this Big Money Matt. But I guess to me, it's like too many factions in AEW, but it's not going to change anything. It's going to happen. This, HFO or whatever.
Hardy family or office or something like that.
It's like the black and white NWO. It's like it's got 47 members and shit.
Well, I mean, look at New Japan. They got like 6 main factions in New Japan. I mean, Bullet Club, LIJ, Chaos, Embassy, Suzuki-gun. You have all
AEW's
these.
Gotten beat.
You have all these factions over there, and look. Speaking of AEW, you got Best Friends officially joining Chaos in New Japan.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I have no problem with the factions. I have no problem with the factions at all. No,
that's fair.
It just means more merch. That's all it means. Just more merch to choose from. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs money. But overall, pay-per-view, I thought was great. I thought it was pretty good. And I had fun watching it. I definitely had fun watching it. Do you think there's a match that needs to be recognized from that pay-per-view?
I think there's a match that needs to be recognized that it shouldn't have been on the pay-per-view.
What's that?
Malachi and Andrade against Cody and Pac. Or Pac.
I will agree with that. I will agree with that. But I think that match was kind of last minute put together just to get Malachi on the pay-per-view because everybody seems to love Malachi.
Of course.
He's their fiend. He's their fiend.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you can't.
AEW doesn't shy away from. No, they don't. And AEW doesn't shy away from factions. If you're going to do factions, then talking about somebody who's right for his own faction.
Yeah.
Right. House of Black.
Yep.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Abaddon.
I love Abaddon. Hey, what about you were talking about the 5 women? How crazy would it be to see Abaddon carry the belt?
I would be all for it.
I would.
I would be all for Abaddon to carry the belt.
I love Abaddon, man. I love it. It's so crazy.
Should she be the first one to have her own version of the belt then? Should she have her own Fiend belt?
Yes.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes.
That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That would be a great thing to see.
What about
it would be cool if they
Serena
do like Squid.
Serena Deeb?
Okay. There's no denying her talent, but shelf life.
That's true.
That was going to be my other question about Jay Lethal. How many more years do you think we have Jay Lethal for, man? I mean, the guy's
probably about 4 to 5 more years, I think.
How many more do we got Matt Hardy for?
Yeah, but Matt's not
Well,
wrestling as much though.
but I was about to say they're
True.
using him as a figurehead now, and Jay Lethal is going to have to come out with heat. He's going to have to come out with big wins.
Yep.
And he's going to have really big matches, and he's going to end up fighting Darby a lot. You know what I mean? It's just, you know how the system is.
Well, the only concern I have with Jay Lethal is that Jay Lethal went from doing his first finishing move, the flying elbow. That's hard on the hips. That's a hip breaker. Now he went from that to doing the backflip cutter, where he would do like the backflip into the ropes and do the cutter.
Mm.
For his age, hey, you kind of calm it down. You could kind of have like a more relaxed, more safe, finisher. You could do that to really make your life, your wrestling life, extend it out more. I mean, when Broken Matt made Jeff quit doing the high flying moves, Jeff was better after that for a while. Jeff was better because he was healed. He was rested from all those moves. Yeah. So they kind of see this with Lethal. I think this would be a perfect time to reinvent Old Man Lethal as a new wrestler to have a longer kind of life. So
I think you give him some mid card domination, and have him be like a force in the TNT title.
Yeah.
I just don't, and it's not a knock on Jay Lethal. It's just I don't see him hanging with the big belt holders in AEW. It doesn't. He doesn't immediately fall in that. You know what I mean? Just if I'm compartmentalizing it, I don't see it. But then again,
hey,
AEW's made the point of doing non-conventional things with the company because it's things you don't expect. Everybody was saying that it wasn't going to be Hangman winning this title. Every other outlet was saying this was another 6 to 8 months chase for the belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anything's possible, I guess. I honestly, the more I think about it, I see Jay Lethal almost in an MVP type of thing.
Yes,
true.
I can see that.
He could be somebody's counsel.
Throw him with Team Taz.
Team Taz.
Yeah,
kind of go with Hobbs or something, or Starks. I mean, Starks doesn't need any help talking.
He doesn't.
What if AEW, and we hate to say it, but what is it? WWE's Bobby Lashley fucking Hurt Business.
Mm-hmm.
What if you had a Hurt Business-esque type situation in AEW? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're in the middle of representation in all forms of media, and wrestling is no exception to the rule.
That's true.
If you think about, let's fantasy book it, man, real quick. Give me 4 to 5 black wrestlers in AEW right now who would make a badass quote unquote Hurt Business. Hirsch, what you got?
Ricky Starks, Hobbs. I'm trying to think of Scorpio, maybe.
Okay.
Who else?
Isn't it what's the other guys? Lee Moriarty.
Moriarty. Big Shotty, Lee Johnson.
Lee Johnson.
Okay.
Who else we got, man?
Lethal now.
Yeah,
Lethal could be kind of like that Godfather-esque leader of the group or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he could go into a program with AEW's TNT title. He gets screwed over, yada yada. He's like, I came here to do this. This is where the everything is supposed to be happening, and now it could be a conspiracy theory angle. Like he's sick of the bullshit, and everybody else that gets put into the group is sick of the bullshit. Next thing you know,
and Leo Rush replace Starks with Leo Rush.
You could. I'm surprised. Okay, Aaron, who would you do?
Okay, for my speaker, I have Leo Rush for the speaker because he's smaller. He's a small guy. He can move, but come on. He's like Marco stunt sized. Let's be real. He's Marco stunt sized. So I have him as the speaker. He's the guy sending his troops to do the dirty work. Got to have Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs is your tank. Yeah. He's your tank.
He's money.
He's definitely your tank.
He's not your talker. He's your doer.
Yeah. He's definitely your doer.
He's your mover and your shaker.
He's the mover and shaker. So he's the tank. He's the tank. For the up and comer part of the group, Lee Moriarty. I think he's good. I think he just needs a better direction and a better character. He needs something to be done. He just needs grooming. He needs grooming.
Yeah.
And as your veteran, got to go with Jay Lethal because again, he's older.
Yeah.
He's been in the business longer.
Mm-hmm.
He could really help them and groom them out. And if you can't get Jay Lethal as the veteran of the group, I say bring in Ron Simmons as the veteran of the group.
Ooh,
That'd be
you know, he's
cool.
not doing nothing. Definitely not a wrestler where he just needs to be out there to cut badass promos. Because
Or-
remember him as Farouk, dude. He was he was a fucking, you know, the word that immediately comes to mind is that militant leader. You know what I mean? That's what the whole thing with Ninja Revolution was.
Or you turn Mark Henry heel. You get angry, frustrated Mark Henry, Hall of Pain Mark Henry, and have him be manager. And just have him be
forget about Mark, man.
Oh my god! Listen, just like in the comic books, like when the Kingpin has to get his hands dirty,
yeah, that's
then
Mark
you're really
Henry.
in fucking trouble.
That's Mark.
Like if you've gone through Powerhouse, you've gone through all these people, and he has to come fuck with you.
Yes,
You are dead fucking meat.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see this.
I mean, I think Henry being a heel turn Henry, you know, just be angry. Just be angry at the world. Just
Dude.
have him just. I mean, we saw him being angry on that stupid WWE documentary show where they're hunting for the relics from WrestleMania past.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We know how he sounds and how he is scary when he's angry. If he were to do that with a faction, if he were to do that with a group of his guys.
God. Okay. Wait. Okay. So
But
you know,
Devon.
Devon?
I don't think he'll ever leave WWE. I think he's got a cush job.
Yeah.
I don't think he would.
You're
I don't
right.
think he would ever leave. But I mean, we saw heel Devon by himself with the Aces and Eights, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, that's true.
He wasn't that good.
Here's my fantasy. Here's like the scenario playing out in my head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mark does little backstage interviews between people and shit like that, little split screen. But he does commentary. Was it Dark Elevation or is it just Dark? Okay. And so he's a pretty lighthearted dude. He's never serious on the mic, dude. Listening to Busted Open and stuff like that, and different interviews with Mark Henry, he's just a big teddy bear. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
Just as lovable as you like. But can you imagine, like, the guys you mentioned, all these guys that are, quite frankly, underutilized?
Yes.
It's so much more room for improvement in their characters and working together. They keep losing matches to people who are fucking cheating and bullshit like this.
Yeah.
Then let's just say, for instance, you want to boost up your numbers on Dark Elevation, so you have Jay Lethal versus whoever for the TNT title on Elevation. That would boost the numbers. It would have to, right?
It would.
And so, Jay Lethal's busted his ass as he's gotten there, and he's doing all this and that, and he's becoming this underdog champion.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gets down to it, and he's fighting for the TNT title or whatever. Who has it right now?
It's for Starks.
Sammy.
What,
Sammy's
the
got
TNT?
it.
Oh, that's right.
You're talking about the FTW.
Yeah, I'm thinking of FTW for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Sammy has TNT.
Granted, Sammy's a face, but it's not hard to turn Sammy heel. I mean, we saw
heel Sammy like the first year.
Yeah. So, and we've seen heel Inner Circle. It's not hard to. It's just going to take one promo to turn him heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho can do that. So
easily.
And so you do that. You have Hager come out or whatever. Fuck Jay Lethal over. And over the ensuing weeks, you've seen the other guys like Leo Rush lose. You've seen Lee Moriarty get screwed over.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry says, you know what? Fuck this. Or this is bullshit. You know what I mean? And have him stand up, dude. And one fucking giant ass fucking ball peen hammer fist slam his hand down on that fucking desk and smash it to shit.
Yeah.
On the commentary. And have like a shoot feel. Like, like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, dude. Because like Mark Henry scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Would you ever say a crossword to Mark Henry? Absolutely not. Never.
No.
Even if I disagree with everything he ever said in his whole life, and I think he's the biggest piece of shit, I would not run my mouth to Mark Henry.
No.
And Mark Henry comes down to the ring, grabs Hager, puts his ass through a barrier, gets up there, fucking does the world's strongest slam on Sammy.
Yeah.
Reaches a hand down and gets, helps up Jay Lethal and they just walk that back to the back. Are you kidding me?
No. He helps Jay Lethal up and he tells Jay Lethal, or he yells at Jay Lethal, you pin his ass, and then walks away. That's what it would set it up. That's what would set it up.
I'm okay with both of these things.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Now, the only name I did not hear, and I understand if I didn't hear it for the reason that you may not be into Dante Martin, High Flyer. Dante Martin is a wayward soul right now, as far as I'm concerned, because his brother is obviously out injured. So that could be a storyline between him, his brother, and Leo Rush. I think that's where they're going.
I mean, Dante, he's talented, but without his brother, I don't know where he fits in.
Because he has no character. He's never had to have the character. No, his character has been his talent. That's you know, there's no rocket science to it. It's just they do dope shit in the ring. That is the whole shtick. You know what I mean? And so, but like Dante Martin with the whole thing with Leo being a fucking asshole and making him look like an asshole, and he's not really feeling that shit. You know what I mean? And something could happen to where Mark's like, you know, I know you ain't feeling this, but I'm also not feeling you not carrying your weight. Follow me and I'll show you how to carry the world. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I'm already, my head is exploding right now. Dude, it sounds like this. I wish I had some kind of consulting job at a place like AEW. Like if they, you know, Chris, what do you think? Well,
yeah. Well, that's like that.
Blah 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 blah. You know,
that's like 85% of wrestling fans who watch TV. You're like, I wish I would work there because I could write this and this and this. Everybody says that. Everybody says that, and you know, everybody has good ideas too. But we are just we are just the fans. We are the fans. Well, except for Hirsch, he's on his way up training. He's on his way out there. So
we're trying, man.
He'll have more credibility than us. He'll have more credibility than us.
I was telling Aaron when you go on Elevation or Dark and you lose to Powerhouse, man, I'll be cheering for you the whole time. So
Thank you.
That.
I want to go down to Starks, man.
Oh man, that'd be
Starks.
Dope. Dude, he's good.
He was at the Den 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
He come out there and he was doing a bunch of training and stuff with us. Dude's so cool, man. I've hung out with him 2 times now. He's the shit, man.
He strikes me as like Diet Rock. You know what I mean? Like he just gives me a Diet Rocky Maivia vibe. Like Nation Rock.
That dude's got so much damn swag. It's ridiculous, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a good thing.
Just even watch. I was in the ring with him and we were doing stuff, and this dude, he just everything that he does is just so smooth.
Very fluid in the ring.
It's so fluid, man. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I can see him when his contract is coming up. I can see Vince come calling for Ricky Starks.
Look, man, if my wife gets this job, she's been applying for video jobs and shit in Orlando and the Jacksonville area. Mm-hmm. And if she gets one of them jobs and we move to Florida, you better believe if she gives me backstage access, I'm hanging back there talking to people, fucking, you know, working them angles and shit, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This guy Chris over here had a pretty good idea. Yeah, man, if you want to hear it, I'll tell you about it, you know.
Yeah, right.
That's true. That's true.
Now I'm going to be pissed off because Mark Henry's not leading a badass faction.
Nope. You know, what's going to happen is you're going to watch Rampage Friday and be like, okay, I'm waiting for him to turn heel. Oh, wait, that was my own idea. Damn it, I'm Mephisto to myself.
Or it should happen, and then we know one of our 19 listeners is higher up at AEW.
Yeah, right.
That is true. It could happen. It could happen.
Anyway, but all that being said, I think Full Gear was enjoyable, and I love the fact that we get enough time to build up stories between shows. I don't want to have to go every month with the show. I'm actually getting used to the quarterly big blow-offs.
Yes. I like it. I definitely like it. It's more enjoyable. It's more enjoyable, where I'm not having to crank out to watch 8 to 10 hours of wrestling just to be caught up for a week that could radically change the following week because somebody didn't like the way it was heading. I don't like that.
Negative grasshopper.
But Full Gear, a lot of fun. You know, very enjoyable. Just so much fun to watch, and that's something I don't really say often about wrestling because it's true. It's sometimes it's a chore, sometimes it's fun. This is one of those moments where it was absolutely fun. So,
but we're gluttons for punishment, man. We love being whipped. You know what I mean? Like we're just Another sir, please.
Well,
Right.
there's that there's that old there's that old saying that's like, if you hate it so much, why do you keep watching? Because you never know when it's going to get cool again. You never know.
Yeah,
when
it's happened before. It's turned a corner before. I'd love to see it turn a fucking corner again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Independent wrestling, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
hit
you're
the
not
indies.
wrong. You're not wrong. I
Hit
know,
the
and I know. There's an independent wrestling subscription service that I've heard of. That they've talked about on other podcasts. I can't remember the name of it though. I'm gonna look into that. Next time we get on, I'll talk about it again.
Fight, is it Fight TV or Title Match TV?
Maybe.
Okay.
Like MLW and stuff is on there, or it's been on there.
I think that may be Fight
Yeah.
Network.
I
It
think
might be
so.
Fight Network.
I think it might be Fight Network.
But
FITE.
at this point, man, I need to invest more into independent because WWE just keeps getting worse and worse, man. And it breaks my fucking heart.
That
Dude,
Very
pregame,
much
we were just
agree.
talking about the fact I'm about to just clear out a bunch of my fucking elites and shit because
very much agree.
I don't want to buy a new elite just because it's a wrestler that's there. Like I'm at that point, I believe in customer service. You speak with your dollars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
if you don't like shit, you'll quit fucking watching it. And eventually they'll pick up on it and be like, oh, we got to change something.
Well,
Then fucking change it.
well, you say that, but you have those fans that will stand up to WWE, and they will support it no matter what, and believe all the hype. They'll do all that. And
Dude, Vince can't live forever. Not that I'm wishing death on anybody. I'm just simply saying
yeah,
the tide will change.
it will change.
when that tyrant of a man is no longer in charge of that company.
Yes. So enough WWE talk. We don't want to end this segment on a downer.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
We
Sorry.
don't want to end that segment on a downer. But let's talk about something that just happened today. That happened tonight. I'm sure we've all seen it. It hit the internet.
That PP video?
Okay, well, not that one. That I think that's
Okay.
for OnlyFans. That's for
I've seen the
OnlyFans.
PP video.
Hey,
That was
Tylene
awesome,
Buck.
right?
Tylene Buck is great. Major Guns still got it going on. No, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that. That Far From Home. Is it Far From Home? No.
No Way Home. Sorry.
No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home trailer that dropped today
Ugh.
or tonight.
I didn't. You know what? When my wife told me, "Hey, there's a new trailer," I was like, "I don't want to watch it." And she's like, "Why?" Because I don't want to know anything. I'm tired of the fucking.
Man.
I don't want the movies ruined for me, man. I'm tired of that shit. But it's
Mhm.
like I'm also a diehard Spider-Man fan. It's like, fuck, I don't want to not be. I don't want to not
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is
You're
true.
still gonna watch it.
I did. I've watched it 4 times. I think Aaron's watched it 74 times.
I've probably watched
Yeah,
it
it's
about 10 times now.
It's like no matter how much they give away in these damn movie trailers, man, you're still gonna go watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
Well, did you watch the trailer?
I did.
Oh, see?
Okay.
See?
Now,
I'm
honestly,
gonna watch it either way.
Well, sure. But did you put anything together from it? Like, did you get any plot points out of it?
I watched
Like
it one
real
time,
solid
man.
plot
I can't remember
points?
the entire thing.
Well, you know what? Then consider yourself blessed. That's my point. Like, I'm surprised that I watched it
Yeah.
and I still couldn't put everything together.
Well, like here, I'll do a count for you. I'll do a count. Sandman, Electro,
Mhm.
Defoe Green Goblin, Dane DeHaan Green Goblin, Lizard.
Wait, you saw both of those Green Goblins?
Yes. Both are
Oh,
in
I need
there.
to watch it again. Okay, go ahead.
And Doc Ock. That's 6.
Sinister Six.
That's 6.
Yes. And that, you know what? That's fine. Honestly, what was kind of cool was when they showed Electro and they had the power switching around. Did you see that the power around his face made the classic comic mask?
Yeah, made a little starfish mask around his face whenever he was like powering up. Oh,
Yeah, I was like,
so much better.
wow, are you
So much
kidding me?
better. So much better.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I think the point of contention for everybody that even online, I started seeing people asking about it. It's when the Green Goblin, Sandman, and the Lizard are jumping at Tom.
No, it's Sandman, it's Lizard, and it
Electro?
is it Electro? Yeah, Electro.
Okay.
They're all jumping at Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's in picture. But if you look at the direction that they're all looking, each villain's looking in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard is hopping towards somebody else. That's not there. Sandman is looking up at somebody else that's not there. So and they did this before. They did this for Civil War when they were gone before they announced Spider-Man.
Mhm.
They digitally remove people for the movie.
They did
And
it for that. They did it for Endgame when they were
Yeah.
walking in those spacesuits and stuff like that. Yeah.
they did it. Yeah, they did it for Infinity War too, where they originally had Hulk running with the people in Wakanda before replacing him
Oh,
to Banner in the Hulkbuster armor.
it's
Mm.
true.
So we could be seeing, the fabled three Parkers,
The Trinity,
cool.
if you will.
the Trinity of people.
If the point doesn't happen, I'm not watching it.
I mean, dude, it's going to have to be one of those big credit things. I mean,
It has
really.
to happen. It has to happen.
And they're probably going to do it at a shawarma place, or they'll probably do it at the pizza place,
Well,
or something like that.
here, I mean, we're hoping this will happen, but then again,
Dude, the guy comes in asking for rent, and they point at each other.
oh
Yeah.
Rent?
oh, but here's the problem though. We had Infinity War and we had Endgame, both with Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. and Doctor Strange, Cumberbatch, and they didn't do the whole no shit Sherlock joke, which they could have done.
That's true.
That didn't happen. That did not. People were hoping for that, and it didn't happen.
But what's a bigger meme, Aaron? The no shit Sherlock hopeful, or the legit pointing meme that's everywhere that they made a Pop 2-pack out of?
Yeah.
But they did put that pointing meme in Spider-Verse. It was already used in Spider-Verse.
It's so good.
Do it again.
It's so nice
Do it
that you
again?
do it twice. So
Do it
nice
again.
that you do it
Fucking
twice.
do it again, man.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
that is true.
And are we going to
And-
get? Obviously, we won't get original Tobey Maguire Aunt May, but are we going to get another Aunt May that's like, old, talking to the young Aunt May, being like, "You look good for your age," or something? There's little jokes and shit that could definitely be used in these movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this
true.
new preview, there's some comedic element to Doc Ock. Apparently, he's kind of like a hapless goober in
A little bit.
regards to like, yeah, and almost
little
like he's
bit.
working with them. So it's like, but you know what? That's why I don't want to know anything. I don't want to have plot points laid out for me.
Well, I did notice
know.
one thing in the movie that nobody else is pointing to yet, that nobody else has spotted yet. There was a scene in this trailer where Doc Ock's tentacles, or one of his tentacles, is turning red, like it's upgraded to Stark Tech.
I told that to Nicole. I was like, I think he's turning it. I think he's got like Iron Man armor on his tentacle. And she was like, what? I was like, I know.
Yeah,
Dude.
looks like he's getting Stark Tech. So, hey, it's great.
Dude,
makes for a good movie.
If we're getting a face turn on Doc Ock, which means we could get like a superior Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well,
I'm with it.
That would be cool, but we have to have Venom versus Spider-Man first. But they have
Okay.
Hardy versus Holland, the Battle of the Toms.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's not doing anything. I'm simply saying that, like, you could somehow Doc Ock gives up his life because he did the right thing in the end of his movie, right? You know,
Yeah, he did.
He made a face turn at that movie, and he's going to find a way to do the right thing again. Something's probably going to happen to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man where he's going to die unless Doc Ock somehow transfers his because we have magic, dude. All bets are off. We can do everything now with the multiverse and all that bullshit. If we can get a superior Spider-Man movie, which will just do gangbusters,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
Anything is possible, but the one thing that they said in the trailer was that Spider-Man has killed all his villains, and Lizard was never killed, Sandman was never killed. Technically, Electro, while dispersed, wasn't killed. Goblin he was impaled. The faux Goblin was impaled.
R.I.P. Dog.
Doc Octopus maybe drowned, but those tentacles could have pulled them out and saved themselves. So,
oh man, okay,
possibilities.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah, hard to say.
But it was.
But you know what? Good.
Trailer.
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
it was a great trailer.
Great trailer though. So, I mean, I'm hyped.
Can't wait.
I'm
Can't wait.
hyped. Yeah, so hyped for this movie. I cannot wait for it to come out. It was just so good.
Yes.
So, But has everybody here now officially seen Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi?
Yes, I have seen
it's on
Shang-Chi.
Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus now. Free to watch. Free to watch. I was just
Hostage Hirsche. My gosh, sir.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
Check it out.
It's a pretty good movie. If
Yeah,
you
give
love
it a chance, man.
If you love kung fu action, it's really good because it's like Disney's version of The Raid with the action, because you have a lot of crazy stunts and a lot of crazy fights, and you have straight up twists that make it better. And while I'm not a fan of the 10 rings being used as like the arm rings, like from like Kung Fu Hustle, like that one fighter had in Kung Fu Hustle, it's still pretty cool to see them used that way.
Yeah.
So definitely worth a watch. And there's a mid-credit scene, and then there's an after credit scene. So when the credits are officially done and over with, there's another scene. So it's lots of scenes.
Dope. It's good. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Honestly, I might do that. When I'm working, I might just slap that bad boy on.
Now after this podcast, I'm gonna watch a new episode of Chucky. Came out tonight.
Same.
I'm way behind on that, man.
Dude, Chucky is good.
It's very good, man.
It is good. I can admit where I'm wrong. When this was announced, because this was announced whenever the remake was announced, and I'm like, they're just fishing for more money off the old fans. This is what they're doing. They're not. It's a sci-fi movie. It's a sci-fi channel original. It's gonna be crap. I had no hopes for it, but I checked it out.
Either.
I checked it out. I'm like, okay, this looks kind of interesting. So when I first saw the trailers, I watched the first episode. I was hooked. I was
immediately.
Hooked. And then last week's episode, where you have the reveal of who is now in or back in the series, and I'm not going to give a spoiler warning because you haven't seen it, Chris. But before watching this series, you need to watch the Curse of Chucky and the Cult of Chucky. Otherwise, when you get to episode, I think 6, you'll be confused.
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be confused. You don't know what's happening.
Right.
So Cult of Chucky, I believe Cult and Curse.
One of them's on Netflix.
The one's on Netflix, and the other one I think is on Shudder or HBO.
Yep.
Okay.
But you need to watch them before you watch the TV series of Chucky. Otherwise, you're going to get confused. You're not going to know what's going on. It won't make sense. But
fair enough.
Great show, great writing, writing. I'm surprised just how well it's done, just to make it a good show.
It's Mancini, right?
Yes, Mancini's back.
Yeah,
he's him and Brad Dourif.
Dourif, baby.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say who else is.
I'm hopeful, man.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna spoil nothing for you.
Yeah, there's references to other things. There's cameos, and then there's spots. There's roles that happen, and you need to watch. It's that good, and man, I'm hoping that they're able to continue this for at least another season, just because I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
I didn't think I would be. I'm not gonna lie. I shit all over this show whenever it was announced.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I can admit it. I'm enjoying it. This is one of the few shows that I wait for on a weekly basis to watch. So behind AEW, behind DJ Vinny and a double shot of love from Jersey Shore. This is one of my weekly waits. I wait for this show, waiting for it.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yes.
It's good, man. It's really good. I didn't start watching any of it until I had I think 4 were recorded and the 5th was recording, and I was like, I need to watch this. I just haven't had time. And me and my wife, we binge watched all of them. All of them.
Well, I guess that works to my advantage, the fact that I haven't seen any of it. Then I guess
it does
binge it a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
It's good. It is worth binging.
I forgot that this other series started coming on, but I've been recording the series now, and that's the Day of the Dead TV series based off the Romero stuff. That's been going on, and I forgot all about it. But now I'm trying to hit all the records of all the older episodes too.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was mentioned. It was mentioned back in the beginning of October, but I haven't heard anything about it since until I saw a commercial for it. I'm like, oh, I'll record it. I look at the record dates. that stuff comes on at 3 a.m. in the morning. So it's like, unless you're
Oh,
up
Jesus.
late, you got to
Yeah.
DVR that show and to watch it.
Yeah.
But
No
I'm
kidding.
DVRing
Good
it
Lord.
now to check it out, and I need to get caught. I need to get caught up on that.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out as
Okay.
well.
Yeah. So hopefully that's hopefully that's another good one. I'm
Yeah.
praying that it is. But definitely watch Chucky. It's
Okay.
good show.
Yeah.
It's good TV. Since Creepshow's done, since Creepshow season 3 is over with, it's done. Got to find something else to watch. And this will be
Chucky fits the role perfect.
It does. It fits. It fits the void. It definitely fits the void.
Well, you sold me, man. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I think that's almost everything that's happened so far this week, or even last week. Trailers out. Can't think of any other trailer besides. No, D23 happened, and all those reveals of what's
Yeah.
coming out. We got the She-Hulk teaser. We got the Moon Knight teaser.
Oh God, yeah.
Lightyear trailer.
Man.
What else? Yeah,
So
She-Hulk,
much good
Moon
stuff
Knight.
coming.
What If season 2 was announced? The Marvels, Hawkeye,
Zombies.
Marvel Zombies is going to get a show its own spotlight. And it's just a lot
X-Men.
of just. Oh, X-Men 97. X-Men 97.
Dude.
We're getting a continuation.
That makes me hopeful for a continuation of Spider-Man the animated series too.
Nope,
Yeah.
because they announced a new Spider-Man show. Spider-Man
Yeah,
freshman
but I
year.
mean,
Spider-Man
all it's
freshman
going to
year.
do is just give us the backstory of the Uncle Ben stuff from
Yeah,
MCU,
it is. It is.
which is
but
fine.
still.
But like, I mean, if X-Men 97 is successful, which I'm sure it will be,
Oh,
I couldn't imagine they wouldn't entertain the idea of doing a Spider-Man one too.
That
Yeah.
is true. But X-Men 97, they're adding 2 new people to the roster. We're getting Nightcrawler and we're getting Psylocke added to the
Ooh.
team.
Okay.
So that'd be great. B, I want to know who's going to voice Cyclops. Because the actor that played Cyclops did pass. He did pass away a few years ago. So
Yeah, that's true.
we need somebody else to yell out, Optic Blast. And we need somebody else to say previously on X-Men at the beginning of every episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was him, wasn't it?
It was him. It was Cyclops.
That's right. I'm pretty sure they'll find somebody. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, the evil Santa or the mall Santa from Christmas Horror Story is returning back as Beast. That's
Hell
great.
yeah.
That is
awesome.
great. Yeah, if anybody didn't know that, if you've seen the movie Christmas Horror Story, the mall Santa character, the actor who played him, was also the voice of Beast from X-Men the 90s animated series.
That's awesome.
He's returning back to his roots, to what made him famous.
That's so good.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, Jubilee's coming back, Storm, Jean Grey, all the X-Men. I didn't see Morph listed. But who knows? I mean, hey,
I guess, yeah.
this one's for you, Morph. I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
Come on, it's Wolverine.
It's funny.
But-
I met the voice of Wolverine at a con, and he was supposed to hit me up to do some promotional artwork for me. It never happened, but that's Hollywood for you.
Did he at least say "Let's go, bub" or "Drill Claw"?
No, he didn't. I didn't fan out that hard. So,
Man,
I maintained a professionalism. A degree of professionalism.
man, you can still be professional and ask for hey man, do the voice. Come on, Drill Claw.
Do
Drill
the
Claw.
thing. Do the thing.
Do it. All right, let's go. Let's go, bub.
I guess I could have, but what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Get him to do the voice. That's what you do. Get him to do the voice.
Do the damn thing.
Do it. This is for you, Morph. Do something.
Well, to be fair, I didn't give him any money either. It was so like I at that point I'm just asking for favors or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So,
Hey, that's what trades are all about. That's what the trades are all about. You gotta, do a sketch card here. You get a voice recording here.
yeah, right. Exactly.
It's good. It's good for the soul. It's
Yeah.
good for the soul.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. But you had all these things. You had all these things announced at D23. Star Wars was announced. We had the Book of Fett. Obi-Wan got an official semi-teaser release. So all these things are coming out, which is just a lot of fun. I know my kids are excited for a lot of it, and yeah, I just remember in the chat we're all posting, this was announced. No, this was announced. this was announced. It was just great.
Tell you, man, it's a great time to be alive, man. There's a lot of good stuff happening.
Great time to be a fan. Definitely a great time to be a fan.
For sure.
Great time to be a fan. I was a little surprised that they didn't announce anything else for Haunted Mansion.
You know, I mean,
the most we got this year was the Muppets.
Yeah,
which is fine. I mean, it's sufficient. I mean, we just had the 50th anniversary, so I mean, the next time they're going to pay much attention to it is what, like
75?
Yeah,
60.
You know, by the time, well, maybe
another 10 years.
Yeah, I guess they can make a milestone out of whatever, I guess, but like, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm just glad it happened. I mean, because you know, at least they're finally paying attention to their park stuff. You know what I mean?
They are. At least, they're giving them credibility, and that's. But still, I was hoping for like a sequel announcement to that, or something.
Wasn't it when what's his face supposed to do one? The new movie, Haunted Mansion. Guillermo del Toro, wasn't he supposed to be working on a new Haunted Mansion movie?
Guillermo del Toro is always working on something that takes at least 10 to 15 years for it to get made. I mean, it took him like 6 years to finally get the Pacific Rim TV series or the animated series out. He never got to Hellboy 3, but he did do his own Ape Sapien movie with was the Shape of Water. Shape of Water. I know he wanted to do an Evil Dead movie. That never happened. He wanted to do a Haunted Mansion movie. That still hasn't happened. He was tapped on at one point to do a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, which then went to Rob Zombie, which then never happened. So Del Toro, talented guy. I love his practical effect use. I love his visions of stuff. But he tries to be in everything, and he doesn't really commit to anything, and then we get nothing. So
awful.
It's frustrating, especially if you're a fan of his. It's very frustrating because you want to see more of his work, and it never happens. And it never happens.
Too many irons in the fire.
Pretty much. Pretty much. The only problem though is that those irons get so hot that they melt, and he never has anything.
This is right.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much what's all that's happened this week, really. Full Gear, Disney D23 Day, all that cool stuff. Yeah,
so all things considered, pretty good stuff coming up, man. I mean, AEW is awesome as always, in my personal opinion. It can only get better. I'm looking forward to seeing, the championship celebration for Hangman.
Yes.
I'm very interested to see what they do with Jay Lethal. I'd like to know if Bray Wyatt will ever step in a ring again. I mean, we'll see.
We will see.
Soon.
Hopefully it's good. So
exactly.
with that kind of being said, I think this is a good time to kind of jump off, in this episode on a good high note, talking about all that. And just want to thank you everybody for listening. This is time for plugs. So Hirsch, go ahead and plug away. Where can they find you? Where can they see you perform? Because you always have a show or something happening. So plug away.
So you can find me on all the social media networks: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think I'm on another one. It's not really a social media, but it's
OnlyFans.
Business.
OnlyFans?
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Yet.
Almost start selling feet pics. Yeah. I'm gonna pull my boots off. And there you go.
Arthur Tarantino.
The wrist tape and shit coming off real slow, like
Arthur Tarantino.
Yeah. When it gets fucking caught around my hand because I pulled it off too tight, and I'm fucking trying to get it off, and I can't get it off.
You're like shaving your chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I was just in action Saturday night, the 13th. It was our 4-year anniversary.
Awesome.
It was a hell of a time. Friday night, So Friday night's actually Miss Elizabeth's birthday.
Okay.
And we're having a show at Savage Brew Labs in downtown Bryan.
Oh, okay. That explains the flyer. Flyer. Okay.
The Macho Madness.
Yeah, Macho Madness. Yeah.
Yeah, we're having that one. It's just kind of like a celebration for him. So we were kind of, encouraged to, you can kind of gimmick it up a little bit. So I'll end up wearing a Macho Man shirt, and I've got the my Shaughnessy shades and stuff. So I'll
you
wear
got the
those.
shades. You got those glasses.
Yes, sir.
When is that show again? That's coming up?
Yeah, this Friday night.
Oh man, it's too
7:00.
bad. It's too bad. Like you don't live local because like I have the Toys R Us Macho Man robe.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I'd use it.
I would hope you would, man. Yeah, it's just it's fucking dope. I wore it during Halloween. Anyway, sorry.
You did.
You're good. But yeah, you can catch me in tag team action this Friday night. Myself and the Watchdog Trent Mercer, Onslaught, taking on Cool Daddy and Kamani Ross. Some dickheads. November 28th, I make my debut in Laredo, LWO.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Got some things cooking up over there. Know for sure a battle royal to crown a new Rise Division champion. So my first title opportunity.
Well, good luck on that, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that'll be like a Royal Rumble style.
Dope.
December 3rd, we have another show. I'm not sure exactly where it's at or the name of it yet, but we're getting there. It just comes down the pipe, and I give it out as much as it's given to me.
TBD.
Yeah, right. TBD. But you can see all that on all my pages. I got some super sick art from Chris.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait to have that thing in hand. I've got a lot of really good feedback on that, man. A lot of people are really loving that.
Hey, man, like I said, feel free to use it however you want, promotional wise. And if you ever need me to slap my signature on whatever it is, you can send it my way, and we'll make that happen.
I will.
Remember, number everything. Make it a number of 50 or whatever of 100, whatever. I mean, it makes it more collectible.
It does.
Yeah, let's say you only got 50 chances to get it.
Exactly.
Definitely does.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, man, I'm pretty much plugged up.
Too much Taco Bell if you're all plugged up, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Too much Taco Bell. Let's just leave it there. Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yes. I about went somewhere else with it, and I said, "Don't you fucking
don't you dare! Don't you dare!" So that with our part of this part is set. We got to plug our Cross the Streams Media family. Go to crossthestreamsmedia.com. We are part of that family because of Dwayne. He edits our show, and he also is like the podfather to us all. And he has a family now. He's got a family of pods. So you can find out other shows like the Toy Rewind, which is a lot of fun. If you need your toy history on certain things that you played with growing up, if you're a kid the 80s or the 90s, you can go and listen to their show and get a history lesson of some of your favorite toys. And we might have one of their hosts on our show in the future. I'm working out the details. Working out the details, but we might have someone from the show. There's also Three Beers and a Mic, which is Dwayne's own personal podcast, which he runs. Three Beers and MCU, Bon Appetit, The Movie Gap, but Chase is on that one and nobody likes him. And a slew of others. Beering Ain't Easy is one of them, the Dan Aykroyd podcast, the Charles Bronson and the Burt Reynolds podcast. There's a lot. Four Dorksmen, Secondary Heroes, with former guest Alex was from that show, who owns a legit DeLorean. He owns a legit DeLorean.
Super cool guy, man.
Yeah, such a fun guy, such a happy guy.
Yeah, he was cool. He was a good guy, dude.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Too bad he's stuck with his co-hosts, but still, great guy. So, hey, check out Cross the Streams. You'll find a show that you'll like, and it's all fun. Chris, where can they find you? Because you are getting famous as well. You've been cranking out some hits too recently.
Hey man, as my gimmick is staying busy. You know what I mean? Constant hustle, man. If I'm not working, I'm not living. And for me, like many other wrestling fans, I've jumped on the Danhausen train, and I plan on staying on that train, man. He's just his personality is I'm sold. You know what I mean? He's fun. I think there's a place for every gimmick in wrestling, and I think he's definitely carving out his niche with a fucking big ass shovel. And so I decided I was going to throw some fan art his way, because you never know, man. Business opportunities are always everywhere. You know what I mean? There's always a chance to, potentially help yourself out, help somebody else out. And so I drew a sketch card just out of love to say, hey, man, I'm going to send this to you, because he does these little unboxing videos and shit like that, which are real fun.
Yeah.
They're always awesome. And so we joined his Patreon. We're all on board. And I ended up doing this sketch card where it's like basically the Frank Miller Wolverine #1 cover of him doing this. He's holding the jar of teeth.
Yeah, if for visuals, what Chris is doing is that he's holding an imaginary jar of teeth and basically calling you over, with his finger.
Yeah, real sensual like. But
very sensual, very evil, very sensual.
Very evil, very nice, very sensual. I sent that over, and then like I was sitting here working, man, on the different sets I'm doing and whatever, and I was like, you know what? I have this idea. Danhausen is a big fan of horror stuff, and he's a big fan of The Simpsons.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of Danhausen. So you know what? I'm going to put all that shit together. I'm drawing a real badass Vampirella sketch cover. And Hostage Hirsche's house is haunted.
No,
something is haunted.
His house is very nice, very evil.
Very nice, very haunted. You are cursed. No,
I am.
So I ended up doing that. Well, you know what? And I'll put that on our social media when this episode drops. You can see the imagery that we're talking about. I'll share with you guys. It's just a fun thing to do. I wanted to send it to him, so I'm really looking forward to him opening those on his Patreon videos. Looking forward to that, and I may or may not have to video cap it and share it so y'all can see it.
Oh yeah,
definitely do it. I mean that Vampirella cover was. It was amazing. It was straight up just amazing. It was really cool.
I was happy with it. Very happy with it. I may or may not have scanned it in at a high res to maybe do something with it later.
Yeah, it's a good piece. It's
yes,
a good piece. So yeah, definitely. Hey, keep a copy of it for yourself too. Keep a copy for yourself.
Yeah, I got wall space.
Yeah, true. So with all that being said, thank you for listening this far. If you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back. We're kind of cutting a little early. We're trying something new out. We're going to try shorter episodes because I know I've been getting some feedback from some people. And the 2-hour plus shows, people are tapping out. They are definitely tapping out.
Oh, man.
And so trying something different. We're going to go with shorter shows. And we'll see how it goes. So for all of us here at Front Row Negative, thank you for listening. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm your co-host, Chris. And again, thank you so much for hanging in with us an hour and a half. I promise next time it'll be an hour and 15 minutes. We are working on it. Bear with us. We talk too much.
Well, like we kept the train on the tracks for the most part this time. We didn't veer off. We didn't get squirreled someplace else. We kept it pretty focused, which is great. And even when talking wrestling, we didn't veer off too much, and it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, thank you for listening. And as we close it out, I always say, always unfollow, never unfriend. Be excellent to one another, which is a Bill and Ted reference. And you are winding. What are you doing?
The guitar motion.
Oh, the guitar motion.
The movie. Anyway.
I thought you were doing like a one-arm windmill attack or something. I don't know what you were doing.
No, I'm just on video with you guys flogging the dolphin over here. Like, yeah. Very interesting. Very evil. Very nice.
Chris apparently has an OnlyFans now, so go check that OnlyFans out.
It's called Only Hams. It's just my hairy ass.
It's he's Chris Forescan on OnlyFans.
Forescan. Oh. That's what people want to hear about. All right, bye everybody.
All right, thanks for listening. Good night. Bye. Fuck ponchos.
This has been a Cross the Streams Media Podcast.